A promise was made, a solemn oath that liberated Seoul, a sacred trust that defended Kaisan, a pact that dug in Da Nang, a contract that weathered Tet. A promise was made, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, a bond that patrolled door to door in Fallujah, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans, a promise we all must keep. DAV fights for all veterans and their families so they get the health care, financial benefits, and support they earned. If you're a veteran who needs help or you'd like to help us keep the promise, visit DAV.org.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. I help people solve difficult and trying personal problems every day on my TV show, but there's one problem that's just got me stumped: childhood hunger. Nearly 16 million children in America struggle with it. That's 1 in 5 kids who may not know where their next meal is coming from, despite the fact that there's more than enough healthy, nutritious food out there to feed them all. Now, I don't know about you, but that is unacceptable to me. Luckily, the Feeding America network of good people is out there collecting surplus food and giving hope to hungry children and their families at local food banks all across the country. But let's face it, they can't do it without your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Sharing has never meant as much as it does now. We share the things we love most in life for the world to see. But what if we could actually do more with our sharing than just collect likes? What if this sharing could be used to make a difference? Now there's a place where we can put all that sharing to good use. The National MS Society is asking people to make a difference and share what they love with someone else who loves it too. Whether it's surfing, dancing, or whatever is important to you, we've created a place that'll help you get your experience out to the world. If you have a story, share it. If you have a solution, share that too. Join us at wearestrongerthanms.org, because together, we are stronger.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que San Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Dad, we need to talk.
Can we just enjoy the drive?
If you're not going to listen to me, who will we listen to?
Jeffrey. Marcia Gay Harden, what?
Eyes on the road, Dad.
What are you doing? What are you doing in my back seat? How did you get in here?
You're getting older.
Not that old.
Your brain's changing. It's natural.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Honey, I've got experience with this. Jeffrey, brain health is all about making the most of your brain as you age and helping to reduce some of the risks to your brain.
Really? Now that's interesting.
So, you'll talk to her about this, but not me. Marcia Gay Harden? Where did she go?
Learn what you can do to help keep your brain healthy at brainhealth.gov. She didn't say goodbye? I mean, I would have. Visit brainhealth.gov.
The following is a production of WEGL, 91.1 FM.
That ball is gone. It's a walk-off home run for Stephen Williams.
WEGO Sports.
The Tigers are headed to the College World Series.
Where every
touchdown Auburn! Zakoby McClain!
Game.
They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow!
Lives. Strap in. It's time for the Extra Point. Auburn's best sports talk radio show, Auburn's only sports talk TV show.
He better count basketball wins.
Yeah. Your 3-time nationally nominated sports show.
Oh, yeah. And they signed Cody Parkey.
SEC champion, Cody Parkey.
I picked Pitt, and I was right. Your 3-time nationally nominated sports show, the guys give you the latest.
Penn State by a million.
Thank you.
John Gruden cried after he traded Khalil Mack, and now he's dancing in the locker room, saying he wish he had a disco.
Call in at 334-844-9345 to join the debate. My boy got it on lock.
You were saying 1,800 yards in this game. I was like, Jared.
The X's and O's begin now on Eagle Eye TV and WEGO Radio. The Extra Point, presented by WEGO Sports, where every game lives. And welcome inside the Extra Point here on WEGO 91.1 and Eagle Eye TV. Hello, everybody. Jared Dillon, joining me in the studio today is Carter Bird, Jack Hart, and making his first appearance this new semester, this new 2020 year, is Devin Foreman. Devin, we'll start with you. How's it going?
Don't start with me. Go somewhere else.
Excuse me?
It's hard.
A hot start. I love it.
Yep.
I love it.
All right. Carter, we're going straight to you.
Yeah, go Carter, then come back.
Is this how am I?
Yeah.
I'm fantastic, Jared. How are you?
I can't complain, you know. Yesterday was kind of rough. I'm not going to lie. But today
it's because the game went until 12:30 at night, and then you had to turn around and wake up in the morning.
I know.
Didn't actually, but it went forever.
I feel a lot better now. I got my water over here. I'm feeling pretty good. It's going to be a good day. I'm feeling pretty good. All right, here we go. Devin, how you feeling today?
I mean, I'm doing pretty well. I'm woke now. I'm excited. I'm just very, I really
he's had his half-gallon of orange juice, and he's ready to go.
I'm ready to go. I mean, I did feel some type of way, but I'm back in with my boy, though. I'm back in with my favorite two people in the world.
I just want to show everybody the gallon of orange juice over there. I don't know. I'm not sure if you can see it.
I got you. I'll show it to you. Hold up. Give me 1 second. But I'm just glad to be with you guys. I'm super excited. I do feel some type of way toward Jared right now, but it's okay, though. That's my guy.
You're just going to throw that out there and just leave everybody to wonder?
Jared did not let me be on the first two show, guys. But this is the third show when I'm just on. What is that about?
It's not that I didn't let you. It's just I went with an established crew for the first two shows and gave everybody a couple more days rest before this.
Okay, I got you. I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
It's load management.
You wanted you to get a couple more bowl practices in.
Yeah, it was a load management thing. Don't worry, Jack. Jack, on to you. You ready for Auburn basketball tonight?
I'm so ready, and definitely helped by the fact that.
Nope. Let me get your Hawks hat in there.
Yeah.
Let me get your
big win last night.
Yeah, let me get your Hawks hat.
Definitely helped by the fact
Is that the ninth one of the year?
Close.
It's somewhere around there.
It's close.
Yeah, it's somewhere around there. But still number one seed. I mean, not seed. Still number one pick in the draft, I believe.
Number one seed in the draft, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, and then definitely helped by the fact that the sun was out this morning, so that definitely helped me on my way in.
Which way did you walk in? It was clouds for me.
You can see the sun. You can see the sun a little bit.
Maybe it had just come up. I came in a little later than you.
That is fair.
By the way, the Hawks are 9-32.
Great.
That's
there you go. Way to rain on his parade, Carter. All right. So let's go ahead and start every show like we usually do, and that is with the fast break.
Step back,
fix myself, Neil Funk.
Woo! Wake up. It's the Fast Break. Your top stories this morning. Your top stories this morning on Wednesday, January 15th. Alex Cora, who won the World Series in 2018 in his debut season with the Boston Red Sox, but is linked to all that drama about the sign-stealing schemes, has mutually agreed to part ways with those Boston Red Sox. Now the Red Sox will be looking for a new manager. This is after the Astros parted ways with their GM and their manager. So CC Sabathia chimed in, and the longtime Yankees pitcher who started Game 7 of the series against the Astros did not take it lightly, saying, quote, "When I first heard it, I was upset, and then as the investigations went on, I was like, well, we can't go back and play the games." But as more information came out, I was like, we played a 7-game series and really lost on one pitch. Some sad news for the Carolina Panthers coming from linebacker Luke Kuechly, as he had announced his retirement at the age of 28, saying, "I still want to play, but I don't think it's the right decision." And he continued, "I thought about it for a long time. Now's an opportunity to step away from what's going on here." And more exciting news for the Carolina Panthers, Joe Brady has agreed to become the offensive coordinator at the Panthers 24 hours after winning the national championship at LSU, being the passing game coordinator, joining Matt Rule on his staff in Carolina. Antonio Brown is back in the news. You thought he was gone, but not so fast. No, not for good reasons at all.
Never for good reasons.
As the Hollywood, Florida Police Department announced that its athletic league has severed ties with Antonio Brown and returned a donation given by Brown following an obscene outburst toward the police and the mother of his own children on Monday. Yeah,
that Instagram live was rough.
Former Penn State football player Isaiah Humphrey filed a federal lawsuit Monday against the university coach James Franklin and former teammate Damian Barber. And on top of that, Virginia Tech's Justin Fuente has emerged as one of the top candidates to replace Matt Rule at Baylor. That has been the Fast Break, presented by WGL Sports, where every game lives.
I have something I need to bring up that started in the middle of your 2-minute Fast Break.
I have an exact reason why
I just leaned over to me and said, "Hey, with the bowl pick'em, I think if I had gone with my actual picks, I would have won. But I went with my dad's picks and I lost. And I'm trying to get my dad to send them to me right now."
No, because what happened was I was sending them to Jared, but I sent the wrong one, and it had Xtra on the bottom. So I was like, dog, I just stay with it.
I don't buy this.
Oh my!
He could have made this bowl pick at any time.
I promise. I promise.
Are you saying there's currently a scandal in war games?
I think this is about to be bull crap.
No, I'm being dead serious. Like my whole family do it. Like so that's why I was like, it's like a lot of papers. I can show you all of them.
I mean, I do remember. I do remember that. Now, the question becomes: were his picks solidified before
they are solidified? I promise you.
How do we know? And I will not accept this. He's already submitted answers. You can't take a test and then a month later, after you get the grade back, be like, "Oh, I gave you my dad's answer sheet. Here's mine."
I mean,
well, I'm just gonna grab it just to show it to you. Then I think I won.
I don't care what you show me. I'm not gonna believe anything.
We will officially launch an investigation into the bull pick'em and see what happened, because Carter, now unofficially you finished first, and then
it's officially back off now.
It's unofficial.
It is completely official.
Unofficially, you
the
finished
last
first.
game's been played. The submissions have their submissions are in. Except for Herb's
Jack,
only 6 games that he picked. That
Jack, what you think?
Really random on the spreadsheet.
Man, during the show, you were pretty vocal that you were using your dad's picks. I don't know. That might come up in the hearing.
Exactly.
Were there any
You said we said he was using his dad's picks for the pick'em. We are not accepting a second set of answers.
I'm just gonna need.
I will quit the show.
I need a picture of you with those answers and
a newspaper from before the bowl games.
Yes.
I mean, he can go pick up like any plainsman out there. That was before
You're
the
gonna have
break.
to go produce some evidence.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But, just getting into, we only have 5 minutes left in this break.
Oh my God.
All right.
Boy, you need
5 minutes left in this break. What, Jared?
Bro.
Wait a minute. Hello, Carl.
What's up, my boy? What's up with you? Hey, my favorite guy came in.
I forgot that it's Alabama versus Auburn tonight in basketball.
I don't know what you're about to do.
I am currently scared. No, I'm the only mic on right now. You know what? You know what we're gonna do right now? Let's head to a quick commercial break and let's figure everything out. And when we come back, we'll have the extra point here on WEGL 91.1 and Eagle Eye TV.
Walking away from you. That's what I'm gonna do. I got the same old shoes with a new attitude. Why would I sing the blues for you? I said,
the skills you can develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you an edge in the high-tech job market of tomorrow. The Guard offers career training to take advantage of your skills in science, technology, engineering, and math that can help give you a leg up to a high-paying and rewarding STEM profession. Gain practical experience with emerging technology and equipment not found in the civilian world. The Army National Guard can get you started in an array of STEM-related career fields such as information technology, communication systems, special forces engineers, technical engineering, air traffic control, and chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear science. Get a head start on your career in an exciting new field while earning money to pay for college, all while serving in your own community. Log on to NationalGuard.com or talk to a recruiter in your area to learn about all of the STEM career opportunities available to you in the Army National Guard. Sponsored by the Alabama Army National Guard. Aired by the Alabama Broadcasters Association and this station.
Want to help pull the plug on cyber terrorists? Or get the skills to work with satellites and other space technology? How about learning the avionics inside stealth fighters? And do you want to reach your goals fast? You can do it and take your life to the next level in the Air National Guard. Because you serve part-time, you do it in a way that works for you. You can achieve your career and educational goals with plenty of time for family and friends. The Air Guard offers nearly 200 career specialties, so you'll get the high-tech skills you need to kick your career into high gear. You can also be eligible for college tuition assistance. The best part is, in the Air Guard, you'll be making a real difference by serving your community and country. So get your future off the ground in the Air National Guard. Call the Alabama Air National Guard at 1-800-TOGO-ANG or visit goang.com/AL.
Ain't no mercy, ain't no mercy.
And welcome back inside the Extra Point here on WEGL 91.1 and Eagle Eye TV. Hello, everybody. Jared Dillon, joined in the studio by Carter Bird, Devin Foreman, and Jack Hart. Moving into...
And no longer Carl.
And no longer Carl the janitor. Yes. I had to make sure I got to that segment fast as I could without any casualties. That was kind of the big part of that. Thank you for joining us. It is 7:14 in the morning. Hopefully you're driving to work. Won't be too bad. It'll be cloudy today. Shouldn't be too much rain, so that'll be good. And thank you for joining us on the show. If you want to call in, you can. I almost gave out my own phone number, 334-844-9345. That is 334-844-9345. A lot more people than you probably realize.
Man, you might try. Okay, then. Go ahead, Jerry.
If you want to also chime in on the live stream on Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, or YouTube, you can by putting a comment inside the live stream, and we'll answer it live on the show. Let's get to the cheaters known as the Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox have mutually agreed to part ways with their skipper, Alex Cora. It doesn't look good. Major League Baseball has pretty much said that there's going to be a heavy penalty coming to him. So the Red Sox kind of got out ahead of it. He's no longer with us. Push him to the dogs. Do what you must. And we're going to go do our own thing. Now, remember, Cora was I believe the bench manager for the Astros the year they won the World Series. Mm-hmm. He leaves, goes to the Red Sox, wins the World Series in their first year. And last season, not as much success. They finished third. They didn't make the playoffs. But he did bring a World Series to them, I guess now with an asterisk. So it's all coming together now. Astros one day, Red Sox another. Hopefully no other team's getting caught up in this, as far as we know.
Well, Carlos Beltran is the supposed mastermind of this whole thing.
And he's now the
manager of the
Mets.
And there's an article out on today on NewJersey.com that
why'd you laugh at that?
I'll tell you the break. But there's an article out that supposedly Alex Cora is now previously hinted in a post-game interview, now that we have context, that when the Yankees, because I think Carlos Beltran was in the Yankees, he worked for the Yankees in some capacity this past season. And I think he's hinting that he was doing the same thing with the Yankees.
So the Yankees could also be caught up in it.
Potentially.
So anywhere he's gone and probably touched within, is probably suspect at this point.
He said, I was joking with somebody that their biggest free agent acquisition was Carlos Beltran. I know how he works. He's helped them a lot. They're very into details, and we have to clean our details. It was eye-opening the last 2 days from top to bottom. He goes, I'm not saying devices, all that stuff. It's just stuff that will dictate, and we'll scream at people. I don't know what he's saying there, but yeah, basically people are saying like, given what we know now, and that Carlos Beltran is so deeply wrapped up in this, is that quote now, given the context of the entire situation, Alex Cora saying, I know that he's doing the same thing with the Yankees.
I guess that's when you bring Alex Cora down to the main MLB offices and ask him and interrogate him.
We know he's fired. Have the MLB released a statement on him?
The Red Sox have. The MLB has not. I believe his punishment's coming within the next 48 hours. Or even 24. I believe. So it's going to happen soon. And I have to imagine that it's going to be the same level, if not worse, than what the Astros guys got. I'm not sure what the Red Sox will get, but we'll see. We'll see on that. What else? What other kind of what's the word I'm looking for? What other ramifications might we see in baseball now that potentially 3 teams got swept up in this, and baseball's always had a integrity problem in their history, whether that's betting on games, whether that's steroids, whether that's, corking the bat, and now sign stealing. Not that other sports don't have their other problems, but baseball definitely has had its dark history. And Jack alluded to yesterday how Major League Baseball said 2017 World Series, don't talk about it. Because we don't want to bring that up of an asterisk next to the Astros name or giving the World Series championship to the Dodgers or things like that. Like, what does baseball do from here on out? Do they just, all right, it happened, buried, let's move on, or it's face your demons?
Yeah, I don't know. Just because I don't know how this all shook out, because especially it's it's interesting with apparently it was a player sustained operation with the Astros. It's interesting that they didn't punish any of the players. And I mean, to me that says that the players were essentially asked to rat out the whole scheme in exchange for immunity of some sort. Because I mean, if you look at it, it was a player's idea, a player's operation run by the players. I mean, we've seen all the pictures every time we've seen the whole setup, pictures of it. They haven't really. I mean, we didn't really see AJ Hinch around it. We always saw players around it. So I don't know. It's interesting that no players have been punished for the whole situation.
Yeah, and I think the worst part is like I saw, I was scrolling through Reddit like I usually do late at night when I'm depressed, and I saw a comment. I saw a comment that said, how do you punish players, because it's such a intricate kind of thing. Look at postseason rosters. You have 40 guys on there.
Yep.
Some guys called up right at September for the September call-ups. Some guys called up for injuries. Do you punish just pitchers? Do you punish just the staff? Do the batters get caught up in that? Like, who's more responsible for what? Does everybody get the same punishment? Even those guys that were there for 2, 3, 4 weeks maybe? Like, that was the hard part. And I think for baseball, just like we don't want the headache of going through to every single person and figuring that out.
I think the Major League Baseball very easily could figure out, okay, who are the more prominent people involved.
If you go and interview.
And we're going to send a message by punishing those people heavily.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I think that's all you really have to do. I don't think it has to be a ton of players. But, I mean, I guess if it's so, like, widespread that they essentially have to suspend an entire team and that we'd have a bunch of minor leaguers up there, then they're not going to do that because they don't want the product to be so bad that people aren't going to watch the Astros for a stretch of time. But this, all you would have to do is punish Altuve, Bregman, and Correa, because those are the three most prominent. Not even like if they are prominently in the situation.
Yeah,
like that sends a message. That sends a message to all of baseball.
And at least for other people that may have been involved but not as heavily, scare them and say, hey, we find out something like this happen again, you're going to get the same punishment.
Yeah, because what the MLB has done in punishing only execs and no players is kind of, I don't want to say let them get away with it, but in a sense that if the MLB were to make a statement and to punish an all-star, suspend an all-star for even a portion of the season, it would show that no one is really immune. It's showing that Major League Baseball is at least willing to sacrifice a little bit of product to preserve the integrity of the game, at least to a point, and that I think is going to send a bigger message than just canning a couple of executives.
I will say that the punishment that was handed out, assuming the Astros can replace their manager and their GM effectively, you're not punishing the current team at all.
No.
By taking away their first and second round draft picks these next 2 seasons, you're not affecting this championship window at all.
And what was the fine? Like $5 million?
You're affecting their next group.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, $5 million to an MLB team
is nothing.
With no salary cap, I mean, the owner will pay for that. But the fact that there's nothing that's going to punish the group of players involved, that's, I think, where the more I've thought about it, the more my stance has probably changed on it, that they really needed to go a step farther, because essentially nothing's really changed with the Astros in this 2020 season. The window is just as much open as it was when Garrett Cole left. Like, the outlook on the season, I mean, maybe it's a little smaller of a window because you don't have your manager and you don't have your GM. But if you put the right people in place there, I think you're still a World Series contender and nothing's really changed.
Now, I'm going to ask this question, and it's going to be a little off base because this is major leagues. This isn't college. But people float around a postseason ban. How would you agree with that? And if you did, how would that work? It's different from major league sports. Like, a postseason ban is kind of like well, why the heck are we going to play the season? To make money at that point? I mean, they always make money, but, if MLB said that...
Well, hey, that would be interesting if you gave them a postseason ban where they can't play in the postseason, and you took away their first 2 round draft picks. It's not really a reason to just tank and be terrible because you're not going to set your early round draft pick, so go win 140 games and just be like, we're clearly the best,
or
even though
lose 140 games because there's no incentive not to. I mean, you're not getting a better draft pick. You're not making the playoffs anyway.
Then it completely goes to.
I mean, you just go
stat boosting and how can we all hit our? I have to hit 25 home runs. You better believe I'm going to hit those 25 home runs if there's no ramifications on the season at all.
I think the biggest ramification in that situation is that if the postseason ban does happen, it's a year or, God forbid, 2 years, players are going to try to get out of there. Players are going to say, I want to trade. Free agents won't sign there. I think that's the biggest target on their back if that was to happen. I think that's less than 1% chance of happening.
That would close the championship window of the Astros completely.
Yeah. If Major League Baseball wants to send a very big statement that, look, this can't happen. Now that, honestly, that may be a little bit harsh, a postseason ban, but they got to do something other than this, what they're doing, because, what I assume we're all agreeing is that the Astros kind of got away with it, and they got a World Series out of it. So at the end of the day, who really won? It's still the Astros.
I mean, the Patriots have done not as big of things, but small things and gotten away with Super Bowls all the time. The precedent's kind of already been set in pro sports.
Yeah. The only sport, I don't know if hockey's had anything crazy when it came to game or rule-breaking scandals. Granted, I can't even name all the teams in hockey, so my history is very dull, but I mean, I know the NBA had their point-shaving thing long ago, I believe. Long ago.
I mean, it's not a scandal, but I remember the Flyers back in the day they would win Stanley Cups because they would literally just beat the heck out of you so much on the ice that you were too hurt to beat them.
Isn't that just hockey?
I guess the New Orleans Saints.
It was literally like how over the top physical could they be, and could they just have fights all the time and just hurt the other team to the point that they were the best team?
Let's get out of baseball. I try not to talk about it too much until at least pitchers and catchers report. That's in a little bit less than a month, right? When they report, we'll get back into baseball. But for now, let's head to our quick commercial break. And when we come back, we will have college basketball last night. I shot my shot with San Diego State. Came up short.
Wait, you're talking about when Fresno State played them?
Yeah. They kind of had it, but they let it get away from them. You're watching and listening to Extra Point here on WEGL 91.1 and Eagle Eye TV.
Okay, Simon, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. And what do people normally wear?
Clothes.
Exactly. So now Mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Clothes keep us warm, they look good, and if we go out without them, the neighbors will talk. So it's important to know how to get dressed. Here's how it's done. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. If you're wearing a tie, it goes over, round, through, and pull tight. Tuck your shirt into your pants and zip up your fly. Socks going first, then shoes right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops. The rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears.
I love bunnies.
Good to know. Now remember, spots don't go with stripes, socks don't go with sandals, and if you've tucked in your shirt, wear a belt. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school? Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions? No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school? Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul. No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework. Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review? No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized. I think I understand. Oh, good. Finding best potatoes for French fries. No! Russet, fingerling, Yukon Gold. Why don't you understand me? Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
Welcome back inside the Extra Point here on WGL 91.1 and Eagle Eye TV. Hello, everybody. Jared Dillwood, and joining me in the studio is Carter Bird, Devin Foreman, and Jack Hart. 2 things before we hit college basketball last night. Number 1, War Games scandal update. Devin ran the numbers, and
he still lost.
He still would have lost by 2, but officially he finished in second place. So congratulations, Devin, on finishing in second place.
Hey, man, I want to thank y'all.
Open and shut case Johnson.
Yeah,
let's get out of here.
Appreciate you, bro. Carter got scared that way. He got all offended.
I was going to be upset that we were going to give you 2 separate submissions.
I was really hoping Devin came out on top because that would have been the best thing ever. And then second, apparently NHL has had a lot of scandals. I just am not brushed up on my hockey knowledge. I guess on the Wikipedia page, go look it up because I don't think it's safe for this show.
And it's not as fun as trash cans.
It's not as fun as trash cans.
Not close.
Not at all. But let's get into college basketball last night. If you want to call in, you can at 334-844-9345. That is 334-844-9345 to join the show. On top of that, you can ask a question in the live stream on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Periscope. And we'll answer it live on the show. Well, we got to talk about Clemson because they're on a roll. Not only did they beat UNC in Chapel Hill for the first time ever, they then turn around and beat number 3 Duke at home.
Greatest 2-game stretch of Clemson basketball ever?
I mean, it has to be, right?
Go ahead.
Name a better one, please,
Man,
Devin.
Let's
see
North
your
Carolina
history of.
They ain't North Carolina right now.
It
so
doesn't matter. For them, they beat UNC at UNC and then Duke.
North Carolina.
Please
tell
North
me Carolina ain't got
your
nobody right now.
extensive history.
North Carolina don't got nothing right now. I'm not saying it.
Clemson
I mean,
basketball.
The only thing I know about Clemson
name-wise, they
basketball,
good, but I'm just saying North Carolina ain't North Carolina.
Oh, no, I know where you're going.
There's 2 things I know about North Carolina. The arena's named Little John Arena.
No, that's Clemson.
Wait. There's 2 things I know about Clemson. The arena's named Little John Arena.
Your brain just broke
Yeah.
for a second.
And they beat the heck out of us that one time in the tournament.
When we ran out of players because we had 6.5 players because Bryce was still hurt. Yeah, that was.
That's the 2 things I know about Clemson.
Bryce was still hurt.
He was hurt.
So Clemson beats Duke 79-72.
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. You know how you just said that Auburn didn't have no players and stuff, like just then when Clemson beat them? Why now it doesn't apply to NC? Because I just said NC ain't got nobody, so they really can't count that.
Well, no, the importance of what Clemson did on Saturday was they had never ever won in Chapel Hill.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Okay,
and so that's significant for them.
I got you.
Like that's a milestone. And then the following game they beat number 3 Duke.
I get what you're saying. Okay,
yeah.
Ours
was just we were the higher seed technically playing Clemson in the second round of the tournament.
And we didn't lose by 5. We lost
by like 1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was tough.
Some other games, hey, Big Ten things happening again. Number 17 Maryland went on the road, and as we all expected, lost as Wisconsin hit a go-ahead 3 with under 30 seconds to go to take the lead. And I believe a graphic that was showed, it was unranked teams at home against ranked teams in a conference. The Big Ten now moves to 9-1. The rest of D1 basketball, 5-21. There's your Big Ten stat of the day, Jack.
The other stat is there have been 5 more, I think, top 5 losses on the road against unranked teams this season than there were all of last season.
Yeah.
There were 6 last season. There have been 11 so far this year.
That's crazy.
Other than...
And we go on the road tonight.
Don't talk about
that. We all know who fought it is.
Yep.
I'm trying to reverse. Yes, that's true. I'm trying to reverse jinx this here. By pointing out that it's a trend, and by pointing out the trend, hopefully the opposite of the trend happens.
I think we're gonna be straight tonight, though.
Continuing on to basketball yesterday, some other notable games that happened. Villanova got into a dogfight with DePaul. They had to win that one in overtime, 79-75. Kansas did their thing on the road, got a big bounce back win against Oklahoma. West Virginia taking care of TCU. I caught my shot with San Diego State. I said Fresno State's going to get them. And 16 minutes to go in the second half, I mean, it was a 1-point game. Then San Diego State took over. So I caught my shot. I missed, but it's all right. One of these days we'll get them. And finally, Louisville and Pitt go into overtime, and Pitt just did Pitt things.
Pitt got screwed. Did you see it?
Which part?
In overtime, at the very end of the game.
No, I did not. I missed it.
Well,
Pitt's down to 70-68, and they had a guy go into the lane, shot a layup, missed. Decently long rebound for a layup, but a guy tips it up and in to tie it at 70. They called an offensive foul on him in one of the softer calls I've seen this year.
I gotta look that up.
Yeah, I did not see that play. I wasn't able to catch overtime for that game. I caught in regulation. I went somewhere else and watched other basketball because I was depressed that Pitt didn't
I'm watching a
regulation.
Pitt student have a cordial conversation with an ACC ref under the student section goalpost. Very funny.
So that's your basketball from yesterday. Today, Carter may have alluded to it already. Top 5 teams doing on the road. There is one doing that today, and that is the Auburn Tigers. Auburn goes on the road to Alabama, number 4 Auburn. The line has dropped. It's 2 points. Fair. Alabama's a good scoring team. They got offense. It's on the road. It's a rivalry game. You never know what happens in those. That's a fair. I mean, do I wish it was higher? Sure, but that's a fair line because even I'm not sure about this game. That's fair. Other games happening tonight. There's some good games on tonight. Seton Hall and Butler, 18 versus 5. We got Kentucky and South Carolina. Kentucky a 5.5-point favorite on the road. Florida State taking on Virginia. Virginia unranked. Florida State number 9. Florida State 6-point favorites at home. Creighton and Georgetown. Creighton number 25, but Georgetown favored by 2.5. Baylor stays at home and takes on Iowa State. It ain't in Ames, but it can still have some crazy things happen. And Wichita State
I don't
playing
think this.
Temple.
I don't think this Iowa State team's quite like.
Oh no, it's
the
not.
Old Iowa State teams.
Yeah, I don't think Dan
and
Campbell's.
I don't think this is gonna be. This is gonna be a big time football matchup because Baylor looks like
the number one
the
team.
best team in the country, and Iowa State has a loss to a team that's won 2 games all year, and they were given a 99.9% chance to win the game before it started.
Look,
they lost to Florida A&M, dude. Like that's truly astounding.
Look, it happens to the best of us. Okay, it happens to the best of us.
Let's go take a look.
It just wasn't their day, man.
It just wasn't their day.
Florida A&M has won 4 games now.
Okay,
so fair.
We'll see them in March.
Okay.
They lost by 29 to USC.
Okay.
Bad show now.
They lost by 13 to Hawaii.
They was in Hawaii.
Yeah.
22 to Pacific.
Okay, I
they
mean,
didn't
like,
know who Pacific was.
Yeah, they couldn't scout.
They just couldn't.
They lost to South Dakota by 3.
Okay, that's just
it's cold up there.
Seton Hall by 36.
Okay, they're actually
who is
good.
Seton Hall?
Well,
that's what they're gonna say. I'm trying to get them.
K-State by 18.
Okay,
Kansas State.
They've kind of had a brutal schedule. Like they've
it's not easy.
Tennessee by 29.
Okay, that's Tennessee.
Portland by 6.
Oregon.
Washington State by 14. They beat Seattle by 14. They beat Iowa State by 2.
Okay.
Wait. Oh, you said Iowa State. I think you said Ohio State. I was like, wow,
No.
Ohio State really had a rough season. How did that fly under the radar?
They lost to North Carolina Central, which I've never heard of, by 16.
Oh, that's a they good. They good.
NC-A&T by 7.
NC-A&T.
NC
North Carolina A&T.
Oh, so
they're gonna get blasted.
Because you're in conference play now.
Yeah,
okay.
you're in conference. That's all.
And then they've beaten.
Those are all the historically black schools.
Yeah.
Who was? They beat Morgan State.
Yeah.
Okay, they can.
Who to be honest with you, I've never heard of.
It's near.
They won by 9,
like going
and
to
then
Baltimore.
they beat.
I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Alcorn.
Coppin State.
Oh.
Who I've heard even less of.
Coppin State was that team last year that started like 0-28 or something.
What? For real?
I mean, there was a team that did that. It may have been Coppin State.
0-28.
Something crazy. The map of winless teams was just Coppin State as the whole country for a good 3 weeks.
It is hard to put the ball in the hoop. It's just hard to do that sometimes.
No, do you not know how hard it is not to win a game? Like so much stuff happening in basketball, man. You can it might just be your night, man, and you can't even get that.
I mean, there was that kid the other day that like tripped and made a shot.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, stuff like that happens all the time.
Hey, I think Florida A&M deserves some credit for hanging in there in the MEAC and only being a game and a half back of first place, where the Norfolk State Spartans and North Carolina A&T are both 3-0.
I'm just saying.
Hey, shout out to Norfolk State, man. Shout out.
There's
to
not
them.
a team in this conference above 500.
Because they beating up on each other, bro. Then they got to go play the other team, bro. It's hard.
Bethune-Cookman's 9-9.
Hey, they're down
Every
there.
single other team is.
Shout out to Bethune down there in Dayton, Florida. Daytona, Florida.
Carter, I'm just saying. Florida A&M.
Florida A&M legit, bro.
We'll see him in March. Jack, get the graphics ready. Go ahead and get the Florida A&M graphic.
Florida A&M's lovely combination of orange
Who in
and
their
green.
conference? Who all in their conference, bro? So I'm going to tell you, going to be
Norfolk State, North Carolina A&T, Bethune-Cookman, South Carolina State, Morgan State, North Carolina Central, Florida A&M, Delaware State, Maryland Eastern Shore.
Okay, Maryland Eastern Shore.
Coppin State, and Howard.
You know what?
Do we think Kalen Newton plays basketball as well?
No.
Can he carry the Howard Bison for the historic upset?
Is he still at Howard? I thought he left.
Let's go to.
Did he?
I don't know anymore.
So I have friends at both at Norfolk State and A&T, but I'm gonna go with Norfolk State. It's legit now. So let's go. Norfolk State gonna come out of there.
They had a big win. They had a big win last season.
I thought we were going to
remember.
give like a really profound like prediction, and instead we just took
I think
we took the two undefeated teams in the conference and chose the one that I said the name first to win the conference.
I think you forget who we are. That's exactly what we do. Let's head to a quick commercial break, and when we come back,
my prediction's never wrong if you really think about it.
That's true. Because when we come back,
nobody want to give me that. Nobody want to bring up the fact that I had the biggest hot take of 2019.
No, and here's the thing, I was gonna say that we're gonna bring that up on the other side of the break because
I'm coming for you, sir. Yes, sir.
Miami.
I know that.
Yeah. No, don't try to. No,
but I feel like we had some Minnesota predictions that went terribly wrong.
If it wasn't for you pressuring me, I would have picked Minnesota. I was thinking about it, and then he pressured me to pick Auburn. I knew. You know what?
Hey,
I can't.
And you would have come in second and pick them if you.
No, I would have came in first.
If you didn't submit your dad's picks because your dad, I guess, pressured you to pick his pick.
He did.
You're watching What's the Extra Point here on WEGL 91.1 and Eagle Eye TV.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que San Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow, they pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. I help people solve difficult and trying personal problems every day on my TV show, but there's one problem that's just got me stumped: childhood hunger. Nearly 16 million children in America struggle with it. That's 1 in 5 kids who may not know where their next meal is coming from, despite the fact that there's more than enough healthy, nutritious food out there to feed them all. Now, I don't know about you, but that is unacceptable to me. Luckily, the Feeding America network of good people is out there collecting surplus food and giving hope to hungry children and their families at local food banks all across the country. But let's face it, they can't do it without your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Welcome back inside the Extra Point here on WEGL 91.1 and Eagle Eye TV. Hello, everybody. Jared Dillon, and joining me on the show is Carter Bird, Devin Foreman, and Jack Hart. We only have about 7 minutes left until we take our top of the hour break. Just got to bring up, Devin, you made the call last year. You said at a point where I believe the Dolphins may have gotten their first win or they didn't have any wins.
No, I think they had one.
It may have been the week after they got the first win. You said, I'm looking at the schedule and I'm going to find 5 wins. And you found 5 wins. Now, did all those happen? No, but at the end of the day, the Dolphins won 5 games. And
not one.
At the time,
I feel like he should chill out a little bit because the last one was against his team that he was telling us was going to win the Super Bowl.
And
then they blew it to not only did they blow the game against the Dolphins, it cost them a first round bye. And not only did it cost them the first round bye, they go on to lose in the first round to essentially a one-man team in Derrick Henry.
I mean, look, technically I was like, I hope I get this right, but Tom Brady go turn up in the play, and it didn't work out. Like you had to win to lose on. You got to give.
Is Devin allowed to take credit for the pick though, considering how hard he walked it back? Like day 2.
Wait, 1 second.
When he literally comes on the show and said his mom called him an idiot for it.
But she's wrong also.
But I mean, the biggest hot take of the year came true, and sometimes it takes a little bit of pain when you're right.
Brian Flores should win coach of the year. They had the least talented roster, a team that a front office that's tanking. They traded away Tunsil and Kenyon Drake and Kenny Stills, and then they won 5 games with Ryan Fitzpatrick as their quarterback.
It's magic.
You know the front office hates this, but you can't get mad at Brian Flores
for trying to
winning
win
games with nothing.
Yeah. I mean,
but coach of the year need to be Mike Tomlin, I think, though.
There needs to be a new system for picking draft order, because how in the world are the Jets not getting the number 1 pick after they lost to both the Dolphins and the Bengals?
That's tough. Yeah, they need to think about it.
Well, it's because they beat the Cowboys.
Don't bring that up.
They were too good. Because the Cowboys are the biggest sham in all of pro sports.
The draft order.
I thought that was the Battlehawks.
Don't start.
They're not a real pro team.
Oh man, I can't wait.
They ain't even
There's
real.
XFL preseason games are happening apparently.
For real?
Yeah, I don't think they'll be televised, or you won't be able to watch them anywhere, but they're happening. So we'll have.
And if we know
Can we talk about how the whole league is practicing in Houston?
And if we know anything
The
about
entire league
practices that we're not allowed to see, it means the product's gonna be great.
Hey man, we
Look.
should go to a game, guys. That'll be it.
Yeah, the whole league's practicing in Houston, just like the whole league practiced in Texas for the AAF as well. I guess because it's too cold in New York for football.
And I mean, I guess when you're starting up a league, it's probably a good thing to have, at least for maybe the first 2 years, just looking at everything, make sure everything's running correctly. And
I mean, yeah, basically a spring training where you have all the front offices in probably one hotel room, at least, just to shake things out. You know, having all the consolidated management. I mean, when you're dealing with 8 teams across from everywhere from Seattle to Tampa to New York to LA, that having them all in one place just to get things started, it makes sense. And having the teams practice is just tangential to that.
So
I'm
how
excited.
long is it going to be until ESPN gets an XFL tab on their website?
I looked. I don't know when it's going to pop up, but you know what I did see? XFL appeared on the bottom line yesterday during ESPN game.
I mean,
I saw it.
What's real?
I saw it, and it's real.
What's realistically going to happen is it's going to be not a tab. It's going to be when you have to hover over the 3 dots and go on the drop-down menu.
Oh, when you go to more sports?
Because NHL is still
That's
down
what
there.
I'm on. Believe me. For some reason, NHL every now and then will pop up into my main ones. And they always put the NBA in my 3 dots, but they put soccer, which I have never, ever clicked on.
They're trying to get you interested.
No, they're trying to like promote it. Like
clearly, it's not working.
Down there with basketball recruiting.
Man, the dadgum Little League World Series gets a tab on the 3
Esports.
dots.
I mean, look.
I mean, esports is a way bigger industry than
the Little League World Series.
Yes.
Kabaddi is on there. I don't even know what that is.
What?
Kabaddi.
I don't have that one.
I don't have that either.
It's an Indian sport.
I'm sure it is, Jared, but it's not on my drop-down menu.
Well, this iPad's probably seen some things then. And then there's Super Netball. You guys don't like Super Netball?
Explain.
Is it volleyball?
Is it volleyball?
It's like volleyball, but not.
What?
More exciting.
That really gave me
That gave me
clear
a
picture
great
of what the sport really
description,
is.
Sir.
It's volleyball, but it's not.
What's the difference?
You Google it. How
It could
about
be.
that?
It could be
What is it
literally
called?
anything.
It's called Super Netball.
Super Netball.
Yeah. So you Google that, and that does it for the first hour. And when we come back, we'll talk about
Man,
Super
I hate
Netball.
the Little League World Series.
And why? Actually, everybody strap in because at the top of the hour, we're going to the NBA. So you know what that means.
Why are you so...
Y'all okay?
This guy's funny.
We're
bro.
great.
We're into the top of the hour break. And when we come back, we'll have Super Netball and the NBA. You're watching and listening to Extra Point here on WEGL 91.1 and Eagle Eye TV.
A promise was made. A promise that hit the beaches of Normandy. A covenant that split the skies over Berlin. A vow that captured Iwo Jima. A promise was made. A solemn oath that liberated Seoul. A sacred trust that defended Quezon. A pact that dug in Da Nang. A contract that weathered Tet. A promise was made. A pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq. A bond that patrolled door to door in Fallujah. An IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. A promise we all must keep. DAV fights for all veterans and their families so they get the health care, financial benefits, and support they earned. If you're a veteran who needs help or you'd like to help us keep the promise, visit DAV.org.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. I help people solve difficult and trying personal problems every day on my TV show, but there's one problem that's just got me stumped: childhood hunger. Nearly 16 million children in America struggle with it. That's 1 in 5 kids who may not know where their next meal is coming from, despite the fact that there's more than enough healthy, nutritious food out there to feed them all. Now, I don't know about you, but that is unacceptable to me. Luckily, the Feeding America network of good people is out there collecting surplus food and giving hope to hungry children and their families at local food banks all across the country. But let's face it, they can't do it without your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Sharing has never meant as much as it does now. We share the things we love most in life for the world to see. But what if we could actually do more with our sharing than just collect likes? What if this sharing could be used to make a difference? Now there's a place where we can put all that sharing to good use. The National MS Society is asking people to make a difference and share what they love with someone else who loves it too. Whether it's surfing, dancing, or whatever is important to you, we've created a place that'll help you get your experience out to the world. If you have a story, share it. If you have a solution, share that too. Join us at wearestrongerthanms.org, because together, we are stronger.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que San Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Dad, we need to talk.
Can we just enjoy the drive?
If you're not going to listen to me, who will you listen to? Jeffrey.
Marcia Gay Harden? What?
Eyes on the road, Dad.
What are you doing? What are you doing in my back seat? How did you get in here?
You're getting older.
Not that old.
Your brain's changing. It's natural.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Honey, I've got experience with this. Jeffrey, brain health is all about making the most of your brain as you age and helping to reduce some of the risks to your brain.
Really? Now that's interesting.
So, you'll talk to her about this, but not me. Marcia Gay Harden? Where did she go?
Learn what you can do to help keep your brain healthy at brainhealth.gov. She didn't say goodbye. I mean, I would have. Visit brainhealth.gov.
The following is a production of WEGL 91.1 FM.
That ball is gone. It's a walk-off home run for Stephen Williams.
WEGL Sports,
The Tigers are headed to the College World Series.
where every
Touchdown Auburn! Zakoby McClain!
game
They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow!
lives.
Can't keep me down.
Welcome back inside the Extra Point here on WEGL 91.1 and Eagle Eye TV. Hello, everybody. You're handsome, beautiful, stunning, dashing, any other adjective you can think of. Host Jared Dillard, joined by Carter Bird.
You want any adjective
you
out
don't-
there?
you don't need to say that.
describe
Ones.
you.
Yeah,
good ones.
It's like I can think of some. I can throw them at you.
Is it radio safe?
I mean, I could probably find something.
Joining is Carter, Devin, and Jack.
What are you saying?
It was. Never mind.
Are you still watching Super Netball over there?
Yeah.
I hope you guys have enjoyed your last 5 minutes without us, as we've enjoyed just watching Super Netball highlights. It's a real sport, and honestly, it's kind of hype. We don't understand what's going on, but we'll figure it out eventually.
You know what? I have a new stance that if you just put Super in front of your sport name, then I'm 100% in.
Super Little League World Series.
You just said you hate the kids. That's what you basically said when we got off here.
Do you hate the kids?
I think the Little League World Series is a little overhyped, and I think it's
exploitative.
Annoying, and I am tired of it being on ESPN in August.
I mean,
what else gonna be on TV?
What else you gonna watch?
Yeah, but the on-field product is not there. But I guess it's what else is on.
If I turn on ESPN and the Little League World Series is on, I will go watch any other channel on television.
What? I can't believe you saying this right now. Ain't you a baseball guy?
I am, but
so you
also,
should.
If we're talking about the age group that plays in the Little League World Series, they're playing on fields way too small for them.
We gotta pump those home run numbers up. Gotta pump them up. It's the excitement.
It's always
it's like
funny to me when I
NASCAR,
watch
but
it.
we make crashes happen. It's like that.
Like if you're playing on a field that you have kids that in like whatever the qualifying for
like 11 and 12.
They're hitting balls over Joe Schmo's food truck across the parking lot across the street. That shouldn't happen.
Well, Cardi, maybe you should be a coach. You know, we got to get my boy into coaching to be a Pee Wee coach or.
Well,
Dixie
we
League
were almost
coach.
on the Tennessee staff until they started winning football games. So,
yeah, I was ready for that too.
Akron.
We could go to Akron.
No, I don't want y'all there. No, no.
Well, we would actually win games.
I'm gonna win games regardless. As soon as I get on that, I'm just like, if you can put Nick Saban in any program, I'm there. We gonna win. Period. Know that.
I think that.
Just put me on there.
I think Devin's afraid that I'm gonna upset too many of his players by being apparently too mean to them as a coach.
You know, I'll let my kid play for you, though. I really would. I'm like, I'm a hater for the little kid if he mess up and be like, Coach, what you suck.
I don't think I'd say that to a kid. In my own defense, I don't think I've ever said to what age are we talking here?
Carter to his players.
Give me a hypothetical
Let's
age.
go. Let's go 12, 13.
I can say that at least since being 15 and older, I have never looked at a 12-year-old and said, you suck.
Okay.
Carter be like, the beatings will continue until morale improves. Let's move to the NBA now. NBA action last night. Only 6 games on the docket. The Mavericks defeated the Warriors 124-97. Hawks, big win over the Suns, 123-110. Utah, still streaking, 118-107 over the Nets. The Bucks, 128-102 over the Knicks. John Morant and the Grizzlies, how about that? 121-110 over the Rockets. And lastly, the Clippers, 128-103 over the Cavs. It's been a while since we talked about the NBA, at least in depth, with Devin, who is a big NBA fanatic, yes, or Lakers fanatic, or JaVale McGee fanatic. I don't know at this point.
Yeah.
Are the T-shirts here yet? Is that a thing?
They are actually here. They're at the studio right now as we speak. So I will bring them.
We're in the studio.
No. I mean my photography studio. I'm sorry. I gotta specify. I'm sorry, but yeah, they are here. They are ready. So I'm just waiting to go get them. Actually, it's been raining the last couple of weeks, and I didn't know when I was going to be on. You know what I'm saying? Because we had a couple of games and a couple of shows that was going on, and I wasn't invited. I thought my contract was not going to be.
We still haven't done that.
I know, right? Why am I here?
Hey,
sign my contract. I got to sign my contract by the end of the day. But we straight though. But yeah, the
by
NBA
the 4 o'clock deadline.
Check this out though. JaVale McGee is still balling.
So we're not going to talk about the Grizzlies.
Oh yeah, John Morant, man.
John Morant and freaking Jaren Jackson Jr. combining. John Morant slamming on the brakes, passing it over to Jackson Jr. and just a monster dunk on the Rockets. And then earlier in the game, I believe there was John Morant and James Harden's little spat with apparently
Ja hit a 3.
Yeah, and after apparently Harden was up in John Morant's ear after he hit a jumper, so he immediately turns around, goes down the court, and just hit a big 3, and
goes back down the court and says, "Tell that
individual
man friend about me."
Tell that friendly individual.
Well, I was using man friend for the
Manfred
for the first letters of the actual.
Can we talk about how PJ Tucker played 38 minutes for the Rockets and only managed 1 shot and 0 points? What do you do out there other than
he was doing the
7 rebounds,
the big man in college basketball routine?
That's hard though. That's a lot of minutes not to get a shot up though.
I mean, 1 shot. He took
you play for the
1
Rockets.
shot.
You play for the Rockets. You can do whatever you want to when you get the ball for real.
38 minutes.
No, you can't.
When James Harden throw you the ball,
it's
when
does James Harden throw you the ball?
When it bounces off and it goes to you.
Yeah, when he's shooting free throws and it bounces to you.
Yeah.
Shoot.
I mean, John Morant.
When he accidentally picks up his dribble and has to dump the ball to you, and he's screaming at you to throw the ball back to him.
Give a shout out to John Morant. Give a shout out to, as well, the second leading scorer on the team, Dylan Brooks. He had 24 points. And, Jaren Jackson Jr. getting his 15. I mean, the Grizzlies, don't blink, but they're going to be a fun team to watch, especially when they sneak in as that last seed, that 8th seed. I think they're going to be a fun team.
I mean, last time Grizzlies were really in the playoffs was back when they were the 8th seed taking on the KD Thunder back in the day and making those series pretty interesting. So, glad to have them back in the relevance in Western Conference play.
And I think the crazy thing about Memphis and John Morant is that they are what we thought the Hawks would be with Trae Young and the Hawks right now. Nothing against the Hawks, but exciting player who knows how to score, young team, looking for the up and up. I thought this was going to be the Hawks.
I mean,
But the Hawks,
John Collins, they'd be in the 2 seed if he wasn't suspended.
But the Hawks, they did get a win, 123-110 over the Suns. Trae Young doing his thing, 36 points. Great game by Trae Young as he continues to shine.
Hey, I have a new favorite player in the NBA.
Is it who is it? I don't know. What team?
It's the Cavs.
The Cavs?
Oh God.
Ooh, is it Sadie Osman? He's my favorite. He's my favorite Cav.
No, it's Colin Sexton because of this unbelievable stat that he has 91 assists, 80 turnovers, and 79 of his shots have been blocked.
Solid.
That's like that Jameis Winston thing.
And let's just
he leads the NBA in shots blocked per game by 0.3.
Hey.
Like he gets 1.9 of his shots a game, or 1.9 shots a game blocked.
Shooters got to shoot.
John Morant and Andre Drummond. Wait, kind of a weird anomaly there. 1.6.
Yeah, and in honor,
Andre need to get up some more. Then
it's two
shooters,
similar size point guards, similar playing styles, and then a
big
7-foot center.
Yeah.
In honor of the blue collar basketball going on tonight in Tuscaloosa, let's just remember that Colin Sexton somehow made it out alive after getting dunked on by Zubac there in that Clippers game last night. But that stat is truly amazing, and I love it when the Cavs can put together something entertaining.
And like we just talking about my boy John Morant, who I think is gonna be Rookie of the Year for real. I already think he solidified that. But where is Zion still? Like I'm really getting sick of this. Like
he's playing like tomorrow.
Where are you? He's falling asleep on the bench.
So
playing tomorrow.
Let me get the update.
Who they playing tomorrow?
They play the Jazz. They
ain't doing that.
They play the Jazz.
No, they ain't doing that. He that's another week. Tell when they play a salt team.
After that, they play the Clippers, then the Grizzlies. Ooh, that's on TNT.
He don't want that. John Morant going.
The next bad team they play is Cleveland on the 28th.
Yeah, you might as well wait. Don't bring him back with the Jazz.
It is believed that Zion will return either Thursday or this weekend.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't do him like that.
At this point, just shelve the whole season and just say,
what you
run
think?
it back next year. Just pull a Ben Simmons. Why not at this point?
Joel Embiid type stuff. Just don't even play the first. I would definitely. I don't know, man.
Another fun Colin Sexton stat in the month of December as a point guard and primary scorer for his team, I guess with Kevin Love, shot 11.9% from 3 in the month of December.
He rushing his shot.
No evidence. Just he's rushing his shot.
You can't. That's in the month of December.
Yep.
Come on, Colin, you better than that, man. Come on now, you from Georgia.
So two things.
We're better than that.
If you go to Google and type in any NBA player's name, window pops up that says vote for them for the All-Star game. You think I should vote for Zion?
No.
Okay, I will
If
not.
Zion makes the All-Star game and I find out you have voted for him, I will come across the set and punch you in the face.
And on top of that, a report from about 23 hours ago is pretty much saying Zion Thursday is happening. Now, I can't imagine that he's going to play a full load, right? He's going to
play 5 minutes. We don't know if he can walk yet.
He's going to play maybe 10
6
minutes.
minutes, just like he did in the Summer League. And then we're not going to see him for another 6 months because he's going to go MIA. He's going to have 2 dunks. He's going to get blocked bad one time. He's going to airball 3. He might get a steal.
You writing that down, Devin?
Yes, I'm writing all it down. Re-say that one more time. we got 2 blocks. And I got 2 dunks. One, he gonna get a
two dunks.
Okay.
A steal.
1 steal.
He'll airball 3 and get a shot blocked.
Airball 3.
All in his first 10 minutes in a game.
And he gonna get his stub block. With the Jazz, they're about right.
And there's like a 10% shot that he plays 8 minutes and then we don't see him again for 6 months.
Okay, 8 minutes. Don't see him no more. Got you. I would. That sounds pretty about right though. He gonna get one of them little easy putback. Bang.
Update. I did vote for Luka for the All-Star game.
Wait a minute. Can I ask you a question? Did you? I hope he don't win like the captain thing.
Hey, you got what?
That's LeBron's, man. They ain't do
that. Every day we gotta.
I'm just surprised it's not JaVale McGee.
Every day we gotta put in our All-Star voting live on the show. So Carter, give me a vote and I'll put it in for you. Who do you want? Who do you want to vote for today in the All-Star game, or to be an All-Star?
Oh heck.
Yeah.
You better pick right man.
I'll go first.
Who you want, Jack?
I'll vote Trae Young. In honor of the Hawks winning and Trae Young, John Collins, and Kevin Huerter becoming the first trio of teammates, each under the age of 22, to all have a 20-point double-double all in the same game against the Suns last night. So,
all right, Jack, I'm pulling it up, and
hopefully we have another show before the Hawks win another game.
Here you go, Jack. Your vote for Trae Young
Locked
is in. There you go. Devin, who do you want? It can be anybody. I don't really care. Hold on. Let me go and type it in.
Okay. Let Carter go. I'm trying to decide who I want to pick.
I'm doing the same.
You know what? Give me Devin Booker.
I had JaVale McGee already pulled up.
I'm not gonna do JaVale. I already voted for JaVale a couple of times.
Devin Booker.
Yeah, let's go Devin Booker.
He just lost to the Hawks.
Exactly. And it ain't his fault. It's the Suns' fault. It's not his fault. So let's go with Devin Booker. I gotta give my boy some love, man.
All right.
He book out though.
When Andrew Yang drops out of the presidential race and becomes GM of the Suns, then Devin Booker will get the respect he deserves.
Devin Booker pick is in. Carter, how about you?
JaVale.
I'm gonna go off the beaten path here. I'm gonna go Spencer Dinwiddie.
Spencer Dinwiddie. All right.
Okay, I take it. Kyrie. Dang it. I have to wait another day. I say Kyrie.
Kyrie's played barely played this year.
Did you see when he came back though?
They were fine without him when Spencer Dinwiddie ran point.
Well, they ain't the same. It ain't
Spencer Dinwiddie's averaging 22. What's he averaging? What are his assists?
All right, I got your Spencer Dinwiddie vote in.
Hey, I just don't want Luka to be the captain, bro. It's just
he should be the captain.
Spencer Dinwiddie's averaging 22, 6.4, and 3.2. As a backup point guard in the NBA.
That's tough.
As a backup.
That's tough.
That's good.
Can somebody tell me what happened to Scary Terry?
I should have voted for Lou Williams.
What happened to Scary Terry, man?
Scary Terry?
What happened to him?
Wait, this NFL Scary Terry, NBA Scary Terry.
To play on the most bizarre team of all time.
Wait, is Scary Terry Rozier?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't make sure.
Yeah,
There was a different one.
That's Terry.
I don't even know what team he's on anymore.
He's on the Hornets.
He's on the Hornets.
That
that was
right.
that big thing. He was gonna take over Kyrie's. Not Kyrie, but
he
Kemba
is
Walker's
averaging 18.2, 4.3, and 4.3.
That's good. I mean, I don't know what your teammates are doing. Is Nicholas Batum still taking home like $25 million
every day, and he's just chilling? Like that's crazy, man.
I mean, he's getting paid $19.5 million,
something like that. Carter,
58.
You go look that up. We're gonna head to our quick commercial break, and we come back. We'll have more of the NBA here on the Extra Point on WEGL 91.1 and Eagle Eye TV.
I'm Tiffany. I have some tips for you on how to quit smoking like I did. First, I did some reading about it. I found a lot of great advice on how to quit smoking and picked out the ways I thought would work best for me. I started by setting a quit date. Then I threw out my ashtrays, lighters, and matches. I did other things too, like exercising more, and it worked. But I'd still get cravings, especially on long car rides. To help me with that, I put a picture of my mother in my car. She died of lung cancer from smoking cigarettes when I was only 16. Now I have a 16-year-old daughter. That picture of my mother reminds me that I don't want to miss all the things my daughter is going to do in her life including turning 17.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Getting support from friends online kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
Instead of smoking after I ate, I'd get up and take a walk.
I missed having a cigarette in my hand, so I'd hold a pen or a straw, anything.
Until I knew I wouldn't give in to temptation, I spent more time with my friends who didn't smoke.
I went to places that were smoke-free.
I didn't stay quit the very first time I tried.
I kept on trying, and I learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
I quit.
I quit.
I quit.
We did it, so can you.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. Services and CDC.
Tasted blood and it is sweet.
And welcome back inside the Extra Point here on WEGL 91.1 and Eagle Eye TV. Hello, everybody. Jared Dillon, joining me in the studio is Carter Bird, Devin Foreman, and Jack Hart. If you want to call in, you can at 334-844-9345 or ask a question in the live stream on Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, and YouTube. Carter, apparently we need to inform the FBI on something because...
Well, okay. You told me first before the break to look up what Rozier's making. Rozier's making $19.894 million this year.
Yeah.
And giving you
18.2,
4 and 3, 4 and 3. Okay, like...
Okay, whatever.
It's not good value, but okay.
He's putting up something.
Nicholas Batum. Making over $25.5 million this year. I want to see if y'all guess his stat line first. Do not look it up.
I'm not.
If you've looked it up over there, Jack, don't answer. Give me his points per game, assists per game, rebounds per game.
I'm gonna say like 4, 2, and 1. It has to be that bad.
I'm gonna go 6, 2, and 2.
3.7, 4.3, and 2.7.
No, he need to be.
He's making $25.5 million.
You know what I'm saying? See, I could
to be one of the worst players on one of the worst teams. He might have the worst contract in the history of sports when you talk about the value.
I'm looking at his stat line in the Suns game. 32 minutes, 2 points, 1 for 5 on field goals, 0 for 3 from three-point land, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal.
That's still more points than PJ Tucker had.
I want to see how far back I have to go on his schedule to find him scoring the double digits. We have to go back to November 27th, where he scored 13 points.
He scored 9 against the Blazers, but he played 32 minutes against the Suns and got 1 bucket.
He has scored in double digits once the whole season, and he makes $25.5 freaking million.
It sounds
sometimes
like,
you just don't care.
It sounds like he's probably the smartest guy in the NBA right now.
His agent needs to go into the Hall of Fame of sports agents. And Michael Jordan needs all control of the Hornets taken away from him.
Oh my!
Like in the 10-part Michael Jordan docuseries, we need to have an 11th episode saying that's just like a sign with the Hornets organization holding up that says,
"Help!
Please help us. We're trapped in a perpetual cycle of being the worst basketball team in the history of basketball teams.
Isn't Batum
with the stupidest freaking contract ever?
Is Batum in his last year? I believe he is.
He
got
one more year. He's got a player option for $27.1 million.
He's gonna show up on the first day of training camp, sign the dotted line, and walk away. Wow. Yeah, his agent is
He
smart.
gonna walk in just like this. Hi guys.
Oh
Saddest
my!
thing I've ever seen.
And nobody gonna take the cut. I just going to buy him out, bro. We gotta get you out of here, bro.
His career has been on a downward spiral ever since he signed the massive contract.
Can't give everybody money.
Okay,
man.
what? The contract started in 16-17?
You can't get everybody the money. Everybody can't
16-17, he scored 15.1. He had 6.2 and 5.9. Then 11.6, 4.8, and 5.5. Then 9.3, 5.2, 3.3. Then 3.7, 4.3, and 2.7 for $25.5 million.
Hey, get your money, man. Collect the bag.
This is a reminder that while Batum is taking home about $25 million, putting up those stat lines, at one point the Warriors' two-way guard was making about $100,000 while he was a starter, which in the city of San Francisco is near the poverty line technically.
He's only started 2 games this year. He only plays 22 minutes a game. He gets paid over $1 million per minute per game he plays.
You know, we talk about how JaVale McGee has to be the top 30 because he starts. The fantasy has Batum ranked 65th at his position.
What about JaVale? Go see JaVale.
There's 30 teams, right?
65th best shooting guard. And 15% of poor souls have him on their team.
So basically,
there could be 2
he's
NBAs and he's
superstar.
There could be 2 NBAs and he still wouldn't be a starter.
Oh Lord!
Hey, go check for JaVale McGee. Look, what number he is?
I'll look into it.
While Jack is looking up,
JaVale gotta be 30. You gotta be at least over 30.
While Jack is looking up JaVale McGee's fantasy numbers, games tonight: Dallas taking on Sacramento, Detroit, Boston, Brooklyn, Philadelphia. That one's going to be on ESPN. San Antonio, Miami, Toronto, OKC. OKC is favored in that game. Washington, Chicago, Indiana, Minnesota, Charlotte, and Nicholas Batum traveling to take on the Denver Nuggets.
That's a loss.
Portland taking on Houston on ESPN. And finally, the Magic travel to Staples to take on the Lakers.
Brian. Oh, Lord, he don't found a stat that he like, Lord. Look
at that mug.
Look at him, bro.
For the season, JaVale McGee is averaging 6.9, 5.8, and 0.7.
More than, you know. Hey.
Oh, sick. You're doing better than Nicholas Batum.
Yeah. JaVale McGee is number 20 center. And in the past 7 days, more than 5% of people have added them to their fantasy roster. They've heard the hype.
Sit back down. I'm not done.
Oh, got him.
Dwight Howard, 7.7, 7.3, and 0.7. He's better. He's a better center on the team.
What we got to do with that?
What is Dwight Howard's?
What do we got to do? What do we got to do with the thing?
What is Dwight Howard's fantasy rank?
20, right?
We'll settle this once and for all.
Dwight Howard has 0.3 more win shares as well.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean at the end of the day?
Estimated number of wins that the player has contributed to the team.
0.3.
JaVale McGee has 3.1. Dwight Howard has 3.4.
Oh, my God. Come on, man.
So it's like the same.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
In the MLB, 1 win is worth $10 million.
Wait a minute.
I don't think baseball's the beacon of light.
Please
we should hold
find
this
this
to.
for me, bro. If he say anything less than 20, you better not say nothing to me. Come on. I'm ready for this.
Scrolling down.
Jack's research is about to either make or break this show at 8:30 in the morning.
29.
Fantasy ranking does not mean he's better.
That's true. And way more people have Dwight Howard on their team than JaVale McGee.
It's a name thing.
Haters,
it's a name thing, though.
It's the name, bro. Dwight Howard, man, was a defensive player of the year. You know,
he makes LeBron angry because he only hits 3-pointers when the Lakers are up big.
Hey, man, but shout out to the Lakers, though. You
Not
know
a
how
team
we doing this
player.
thing around here. Hey, but I think the Lakers need to watch out, though. They need to start looking at this thing because if we mess around and play the Clippers, get like the 4 seed, man, you don't need that. We don't need that at all. We need to start looking at that while we trying to win the whole thing. You know, we can't play them way before the
We're going to let
finals.
Devin keep rambling to the break.
We can't do that.
But we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to the NFL. Luke
over all,
Kuechly
baby.
and the Panthers, Joe Brady, all that Panther stuff. So Panther fans, hold on. You're watching Let's Be Extra Point here on WEGL 91.1 and Eagle Eye TV.
For the night, 767, man, this shit got double bedroom, man. I still got scores to settle, man. I crept down the block, made a right, yeah.
Hi, I'm Harrison Smith. You may know me from my work as Scuba, one of the hosts of the hit award-winning show Nerdcore on Weagle 91.1 FM. But what you may not know about me is that I'm a website enthusiast. That's why I'm here to tell you about WeagleFM.com. It's our hotspot on the web with live broadcast articles and more. It's like a gift that keeps on giving. Tune into your favorite shows at any time with a 24/7 online stream right on the homepage. And don't forget to check out the schedule for our station's full selection of music, sports, and talk shows. For the sports fans, there's articles aplenty covering all of the current events in football, basketball, and beyond. For those music fans, Weagle FM has got you covered. We have album and concert reviews and theme playlists for any mood. We even have live musical performances with Weagle Sessions. There's more than enough content here to keep you procrastinated when you really should be studying for that test. That's right, we know you've been slacking off. Get back to it, lazy. So, no matter what sound you're looking for, we've got it only on WeagleFM.com. That's WEGLFM.com and Weagle 91.1 FM, Auburn.
Attention men under the age of 35. You know what really impresses the ladies? When a guy has a few drinks and later gets pulled over for buzz driving. That could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. There goes let's grab dinner and a movie. Oh, I know. You drive more carefully when you're buzzed. You've proven that hundreds of times. A woman admires that kind of confidence. And you've practiced how to speak if a cop does pull you over. Slowly, clearly, and politely like, "Good evening, officer." A woman admires that kind of foresight. And what woman doesn't find it adorable that you call it buzzed even though the law calls it drunk? You could kiss $10,000 goodbye, along with any chance of having a girlfriend. Because nothing says, "I'm a catch," more than a guy who lives in his parents' basement and calls it my place.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
And welcome back inside the Extra Point here on WGL 91.1 and Eagle Eye TV. Hello, everybody. Jared Dillon, and joining me in the studio is Carter Bird, Devin Foreman, and Jack Hart. Carter, you got something to say? You got a hot take you want to throw out there?
Yeah, I'll say it.
You'll say it? Are you wait. Are you sure?
As it barring a quarterback transfer coming in, LSU's going 7-5 next year.
Okay. That's bold.
I mean, they play Texas, who I think will be better next year. In game 2, Texas will be jacked up for that game. LSU will have to figure out what their offense is going to look like. That's in game 2. I think Texas very well has a chance to win that. I think Texas is going to win that. At Florida, Florida's better right now. This next season, they will be. Alabama, I think Alabama wins that. At Auburn.
Oh, it is here. Wait a minute. We have a shot, boys.
They have a 4-game stretch of Alabama, South Carolina, at Auburn, at Texas A&M.
That's not easy.
And that ends their season. They're not going to beat Texas A&M. Texas A&M is going to be the most improved team in the SEC West this next year.
I disagree. Go ahead.
Like based on like total wins from one year to another?
I'm talking about
or
product
just
on the field.
Product on the field.
Okay. So that,
but
sure that says wins and losses also.
In the West,
we theoretically by that point in the year could be better than we are now. I think at Auburn's going to be a tough game to win, especially because potentially at that point you're going into the LSU Alabama back-to-back, and the mindset's probably going to be we have to get one of these, and the one to get is LSU.
It'll be that part of the year where it's like Auburn probably has one loss already, and we need to win this in order to stay in the comfortable playoff race. That doesn't really bode well for us usually. But
hey, I was going to say, I think my most improved team in the West is going to be Ole Miss. I really think so.
What's your reasoning? Other than Lane Kiffin is in the building.
That's the reason.
Lane Kiffin is just like me. When we step in, it's different. I'm telling you. And but I don't know because I'm looking at their schedule. I can't even find I'm trying.
This man and his ego about what he brings to the table, man.
Hey,
they gonna shut. We gonna beat Southeast Missouri. That's one. We gonna get Auburn and Ole Miss. No, at LSU. No, Bama coming to you.
You hold the heck on. Let's look at this Ole Miss schedule.
I'm looking at it now.
Baylor, loss. Auburn, loss. LSU, loss. Alabama, loss. Florida, loss.
No, you just gonna skip Vanderbilt. That's a win.
I'm only counting the losses. Clearly,
don't skip
at
Vanderbilt.
Texas A&M, loss. Mississippi State,
that's a win.
Dub.
It's Egg Bowl, but it's a win.
So that's 1, 2, 3.
That's
4,
barring them not dropping a game to Southeast Missouri.
If they win the one they're supposed
at
to
Vanderbilt, UConn, Georgia Southern, at Arkansas, or Mississippi State,
that's
they'd
5.
be 6-6.
Okay, then
solid.
Let's go, Lane.
They were 6-6 2 years ago with a bowl ban.
Check this. Check this.
But
check this.
No bowl ban.
But check this though. Out of them 3, there's one right here. When it go Auburn, LSU, Bama, they're gonna get one.
Auburn, LSU, Bama. They're gonna get one of those.
3-game stretch of Auburn, LSU, Bama. You think they're gonna win one?
They're gonna get one. They're gonna get one. I don't know which one they're gonna be, but they're gonna get one of them.
Carter, you should be having some deja vu because it's the exact same feeling of when he said the Miami Dolphins win 5 games.
I'm telling you, they're gonna get one.
There's not a chance on this earth.
You said the
same. You said the same thing.
LSU or Alabama next year. So basically, he's saying they're going to beat us. Is that what you're saying?
I said one of the 3. I don't know who it is. I'm just saying within them 3, they're gonna win one.
Ole Miss is gonna mess around and win one of them.
He's gonna mess around and win one of them.
I'm just saying.
I'm telling you, man.
This is carbon copy the Miami Dolphins discussion again.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be one of them. I don't know which one it's gonna be though.
Dude, Texas A&M is gonna have a shot at the SEC West.
Right here.
Are they?
Their schedule's a joke, dude.
Well, they had one.
Abilene Christian, North Texas, Colorado,
losses.
Arkansas, Mississippi State, Fresno State, then Auburn.
Dang.
Then they go to South Carolina, bye week, Ole Miss, Vanderbilt, at Alabama, LSU. They will be in the hunt going into the last 2 weeks.
Well, A&M's always in the hunt until they lose.
To Abilene Christian.
What, they were in the hunt until their second conference game this year when they had lost to Auburn and the rest of the SEC
The problem
West
is that their schedule moved their losses. I mean, they just moved their losses to the end of the schedule this year.
Man, the SEC West gonna be legit. Everybody playing at the end. Like LSU, we got LSU at the end.
It's our new pod system.
That's tough. That's tough.
Which is gonna, I don't know what it's gonna do for us, but I don't know. Maybe I have a little bit more hope than usual during the year.
Alabama plays the worst USC team in probably the last 20 years.
They can't help who they scared. They can't help it.
Is it worse than the Alabama or the USC team they played 4 years ago?
Yeah, they got.
Yeah.
they
Alabama
because all they have is Keaton Slovis.
Alabama smashed USC, and that's where they're at right now.
Jack, I need you to go look at the recruiting rankings for this class currently right now and go find USC
JaVale McGee
on there.
Oh.
Hey,
that should tell you all you need to know about this USC
I think I saw a
team.
screenshot of
Ain't they the worst in California?
someone next to WKU. I hope it was USC.
Ain't they the worst in their conference?
All right,
Yes.
loading more.
That's
They went
sad.
to
Behind
top
UCLA?
50.
That's sad, man.
Yep.
That's sad. That's sad.
That's just.
I'd rather go to UCLA.
Oh, I would too. That's sad, bro. How you be the worst?
I'm passing Akron.
Wait, hold up.
Man,
Even
chill
Oregon
out, boy.
State.
Hey, check this out though. We trying to at Akron, bro. We try to get their 5-star recruit. He said our stuff went.
Remember
our
10 minutes?
stuff went-
Remember 10 minutes ago when I said we're going to the NFL?
So yeah,
Nope.
it's on 24/7. It goes starting at number 50. It's starting at 49 just because it's Kansas, Virginia, Indiana, Vanderbilt, Duke, Baylor, Cincinnati, USC,
Duke,
Wake Forest, Syracuse, Arkansas, ECU. So
Duke,
squarely in
Arkansas, ECU.
there, squarely in there with the contenders. I mean, Arkansas is 2 spots away from Rutgers, which is all you need to know about that program.
Rutgers reared its ugly head.
Rutgers really took off when they hired what's his name.
There's
back.
a lot of
Shiana.
there's a lot of surprising teams below Rutgers.
Like,
Missouri.
oh,
that's
worst team in the SEC next year, probably. Well,
No.
Arkansas still
You
exists.
still got Arkansas. Still.
Yeah.
You still got Arkansas.
They'll be battling it out.
Man,
I think Missouri's the lowest
what do you
Power
say?
5 team I can find.
what do you say as a coach when you trying to get people to come to USC other than like the traditional part? Like I don't think USC is like a college.
We might
town.
accidentally
Like
be
college.
one win away from the
No.
Pac-12
What do you
championship
mean?
like
the
we were last
city of
year.
Los
Yeah.
Angeles should
That's hard.
recruit itself.
True.
Be
True.
like-
That's definitely true. No, that's definitely true.
Have you? And
I would definitely
look
agree
at
with
the
that.
tradition of the program. They have so many Heisman winners.
True.
They won a bunch of national championships.
So why
at
it's
the
not
beginning
working
of,
now,
of the
though?
Yeah.
2000s?
So why is it not working now though? Like that's hard, man.
Because they can't recruit right.
USC, man. You supposed to lock down California, especially this.
Man, it's sad that this is Alabama's hardest schedule, and in like 10 years, even though it's still not that tough of a schedule.
Who else they play other than USC?
USC, Georgia at home.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good.
Then they have a huge break at Tennessee.
I mean,
When
at
they play Ole
LSU.
Miss, man. When they play Ole Miss, I'm going to that one.
Texas A&M and Auburn.
You ain't gonna count Ole Miss.
No, I'm not counting Ole Miss.
You got to think about the headline, bro. Lane Kiffin,
Lane Kiffin,
Nick Saban.
What? Oxford, the Grove will be bumping.
I tell you who terrifies me, game 2 for Auburn.
That North Carolina?
Yeah. They will be ranked in
We'll
that
put them in a
game.
coffin.
They will be ranked in that game.
Good, we need it.
Sam Howell is probably the
Second best quarterback in the ACC?
Yes. Yeah, oh, for sure.
They should reconsider the ACC for sure. Like the commission need to go to every team.
Reconsider its existence.
They need to do something. They need to grab some people. Who could they get?
Who wins the ACC Coastal next season?
Well, let's just look at who
Virginia
won
Tech.
it 8 years ago because they're just going to restart the cycle, I bet.
Who did that?
It may have been Pitt. No, Pitt was 6 years ago, not 7.
Man.
I think Pitt was like early.
Pitt was very recently.
I think
third.
Virginia
Was it?
Tech wins.
Yeah.
I said
wins
VTech.
Coastal.
That's so sad.
Eh.
We don't even know.
But I mean, realistically, if Auburn gets through UNC, Auburn should be 5-0 going to Athens. The Athens A&M back-to-back, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
I mean,
At least they
would you rather take
At least they split it.
Georgia A&M or Georgia? I don't know.
It would be LSU
Yeah, Georgia LSU.
on our
Yeah.
traditional schedule.
I mean,
Well,
It was never gonna be easy.
These
It-
little
it's
2-game
never-
pods make everything so much weirder now. Because the
It's
fact
refreshing.
that we have to go to Athens and like how physical that game's like if it was A&M first, I'd actually feel kind of fine about it.
Oh, okay.
But the fact that we have to go to Georgia, play a very physical game, and then come back and we're giving A&M the best shot possible the following week.
hey, I mean that's just what you got to go through to win.
I think there's a good chance that
Damn, my boy coming back.
the
down.
new way that the SEC is scheduling this in these 2-game pods is going to force all the teams to have a loss. like you might actually have the SEC kind of cannibalize themselves.
Yeah.
I haven't even looked at Georgia's schedule. Georgia opens with Virginia.
They do.
They're gonna beat the brakes.
Georgia.
That's odd.
We looked at Georgia's schedule.
It's the first of the Chick-fil-A kickoff. Wait, no, there's 3 Chick-fil-A kickoff games next year.
Yeah, we looked at Georgia's schedule
Wait,
yesterday.
what's the other 2?
Virginia's the second one. Georgia is the second
They're
one.
doing the
We're
thing-
the third one.
Are they playing Saturday, Monday, and then on week 2?
Wait, are
Yes.
all the
Okay.
Chick-fil-A kickoffs just ACC versus SEC?
I don't know what the third one is.
It would be the Monday game.
Why are there 3 of them? Does Chick-fil-A know what kickoff means? We kick off the season?
Well, let's not forget that Texas kickoff game that was on week 4 in Houston.
Oh, let's head to a quick commercial break while you guys figure that out. And when we come back, we'll wrap up the show here on WEGL 91.1 and Eagle Eye TV.
Making it green is making sure the air in your home is healthy for your family to breathe. Make sure you test your home for the presence of radon. It's easy. To learn more, call 866-730-GREEN. Preserve your family's health and well-being. Get your home tested. That's living healthy and green. Make sure you test your home for the presence of radon. It's easy. To learn more, call 866-730-GREEN.
A message from the US EPA.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to mooch off your friends.
You gonna finish that grape?
You mean the one in my mouth? You don't need to stop buying the necessities.
What you're smelling is a natural musk.
Ew. You don't need to be a medical test subject.
How do you feel? Mostly okay. Sometimes, though.
You don't need to get a second job as a stuntman.
We need a new stuntman. Let's break for lunch.
You just need an internet connection. Don't get left behind. Start your personal savings plan with the tips and tools on feedthepig.org. That way, you don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
All right, deal. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Danger, danger. I don't fit in, I'm a stranger. Believer, believer. I can take out all the evil. Empowerment to all my people. I can prove to you I'm a leader.
Welcome back inside the Extra Point here on WEGL 91.1 and Eagle Eye TV. Hello, everybody. Jared Dillon, and joining me in the studio is Carter Bird, Devin Foreman, and Jack Hart. At 7 minutes before we have to end the show here on this Wednesday, January 15th, you know, we're going to talk about the NFL. We can still do that pretty quick. Resident Panther fan Jack Hart, Kuechly retires, Joe Brady in. Run me through that train of emotions.
It was a lot. It all came through yesterday evening through both Twitter and Jacob Hillman texting me. And it went from elation to a sadness I didn't know I could feel. I wasn't prepared to feel because it was just another. I guess I know how you felt when Andrew Luck retired because
it hurts.
It's out of nowhere. I mean, if you told me, like, I don't know, for any whether leaving or retiring, Cam was going, like, I get it. He's shown signs of where he's had been slowly on the decline, but for this Kuechly situation, it came to a stop completely at once. There was no signs of it coming, and I can't even look back and think of where this came from. But, yeah, I mean, making that very heartfelt, emotional thing on the Panthers Twitter, and
hey,
Carter's about to say something to me.
welcome to the world of the Colts, except for it didn't happen 2 weeks before the season started.
Yeah, they're right.
Because like for Andrew Luck, it was in preseason. Nobody really thought anything was going on, and then it happened. For Luke Kuechly, and ESPN said he's only missed 7 games due to concussion, which I thought was a lot more than that.
It feels like a lot.
It feels like it was a lot more. It was just always a story.
He had a remarkable ability to get a concussion and recover in the 6 days in between and still play the following week.
So
he had a quick healing brain.
And for Kuechly,
He did go to Boston College.
This season, I don't believe he had any concussion problems. There may have been one game where
problem this year?
I mean, there were a lot of
it was
problems
something else.
with the Panthers defense this year.
It was like shoulder and ankle, I want to say, that he had problems with, but it wasn't anything concussion related. So it kind of wasn't in the forefront of people's minds. But I mean, in that statement, he said, I've always grown up to play hard and fast all the time, and I don't know I can do that anymore, which is sad.
Yeah, I mean, it's tragic. Tragic to hear that he wants to keep playing, but he has had to mull over and make the tough decision that it's just not the best decision for him and his health.
That's a hard decision. I think a lot of athletes need to look in the mirror sometimes and realize that. Like,
one of the more interesting websites I've ever come across.
Are you going to get hacked again?
Sportsinjurypredictor.com.
Huh?
You about to make some money? I mean, yeah, he joins a very interesting club of guys in the past 5 years that have called it, I don't want to say called it quits, but hung up the cleats around the age of 30. I mean, with Gronk, Andrew Luck, Calvin Johnson, just a number of players who seem to be in their prime having to step away from the game for one reason or another, whether it be mental or physical strain. And I as much as it hurts to see them walk away from the game, I'd rather see it happen like this than see them carted off on a stretcher, honestly.
Yeah, but let me ask a question, though. You know how they say, like, what's the average lifespan of a football career, NFL career?
Like, average everybody? Isn't like 4?
Like, I mean, it would definitely be skewed
I just think when you see, like, Tom Brady, who isn't, like these guys that's so older, like, now
Antonio Gates, who just retired at age 39.
Tom Brady doesn't do anything.
That's just
there's no strain on his body.
Well, I think we look at him and be like, everybody should be like
TB12, man. Avocado ice cream.
He does the equivalent of a chest pass for 60 minutes once a week.
But I think that's what people just look at and be like, okay, you got to be just like that. So I really, it shocks me sometimes, with that. It really shocks me.
So according to sportsinjurypredictor.com, Luke Kuechly has 3 concussions, a labrum tear, and shoulder surgery in the past 5 years. Or past 4 years.
That's tough.
They put his, if he were to play in 2020, which I have no clue how they predict this, his chance of injury in 2020 at 55%.
I mean, that seems pretty decent.
I think that's pretty standard.
His chance per game at 4.9. His projected missed games at 2.2, but then gave him a durability rating on a scale of 1 to 10 of a 9.
Well, I mean,
he is durable.
Really, but if you're projecting him to miss 2.2 games,
that really doesn't balance that out.
How do you have a durability rating of 9?
What's JJ Watt's durability rating?
3.
I could look him up.
Yeah, go for it.
Do they have a website to predict Jameis Winston interceptions?
You know what? Y'all gonna start doing my boy like that. I'm gonna stand up for my guy, man.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna stand. Y'all ain't
he was my fantasy quarterback, and I can't even defend him anymore.
Luke Kuechly gave us some great memories.
You gotta stand by the people that you pick, man. You can't do that.
He single-handedly ended Tony Romo's career at the Cowboys by pick sixing him, I think, twice and getting 3 interceptions in the Thanksgiving game.
To all the fans that's watching,
the J.J. Watt injury history is...
Don't even read it.
It's more significant.
We have 1 minute.
He has an elbow dislocation, a grade 3 torn abdominal muscle, a metacarpal fracture, a hernia, a dislocated finger,
You could just put ×2 on it.
A broken tibial plateau.
Just tell the durability rating.
Knee strain. Durability rating 4.
Attaboy, JJ.
Oh God!
Chance of injury in 2020 only 53%.
Oh, they tripping.
Yeah, okay. I'll take the over.
But his projected missed games was 2.9. I don't understand this website. I need to do more research.
we have 10 seconds, and I've yet to say it. Alabama Auburn picks tonight.
Let's go.
Auburn by 4, 71-67.
Auburn by 15, 75-60.
Auburn by 22. Then
Big boy.
they're gonna
just went off.
They're gonna score 87 points.
What's yours? Auburn by 38.
Whatever 87 minus 22 is, I guess that'd be 65. Don't check my math.
Give me Auburn. Give me Auburn by 3.
Bama doesn't get to 70.
Give me Auburn by 3, 65-62. It'll be.
We not losing.
It's gonna be one of those games where we think. It's gonna be one of those things where
there's been one team ever that's gone undefeated.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2 at the end of the season.
Exactly.
Them and San Diego State. Oh, that does it for the show today. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Thank you, Carter, Devin, and Jack, for joining me on the show. We'll be back same time, same place tomorrow, and we will see you then. That does it for the Extra Point here on WEGL 91.1 FM and Eagle Eye TV. Want to watch more? Catch replays of the Extra Point on Eagle Eye TV by going to eagleeyeauburn.com. You can also go to WEGL 91.1 FM YouTube page for full replays. Want to listen more? We have you covered. Tune in to Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, or SoundCloud and search WEGL 91.1 FM for more of the Extra Point and other sports content. Stay up to date with the latest news and sports by visiting WEGLFM.com. The Extra Point, bringing you the X's and O's from around the plains of Auburn and around the world of sports. Auburn's best sports talk radio show, Auburn's only sports talk TV show. Watch and listen live Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to noon. WEGL Sports, where every game lives.
At least you're on the radio.